You don't need men. Women too. I've come to Earth to discover love. In exchange, I offer you our fabulous wisdom. Wisdom. If you refuse, I will rip your world into philosophical fragments. Fragments. Beautiful, beautiful baby!
Front page, Sunday supplement.
Confirms to our society.
Photographic evidence.
I've had enough.
So, we need more material.
Shoot the UFOs.
Those photos look like the most obvious fakes.
Obviously, but interesting things. These photos will be colorful, stupid, yet somehow engaging.
I doubt it.
The public's desire for sensation remains forever keen. A bottomless lake.
Viva. If the fireball's a meteorite or the 747, then I got a whole load of trade garbage we can just throw into the river. And if the travelers from the stars who came from the
Black or nothing.
to say,
Howdy!
then they'll be so fucking hard that nobody will care that we put a little bit of bullshit involved in our promotion.
There's a name for that.
Acumen. Executive business acumen.
We're still here, as you can see. The weather's no better. I thought I'd start part 2 by telling you all why I lived up in the woods like a bear. And then I realized I didn't know exactly. I used to bum around a lot, riding the freights, trying to see the world from the open door of a boxcar. One time, I'm under a platform in the Birmingham yards, and the Alabama State Police grabbed me. The judge books me on a D&S.
Drifting and spinning.
Doomed and
Dangerous and suspicious. And believe me, I looked like a choir boy under all of that cinder dust. The judge booked me 6 months in a state waste processing facility that's shoveling garbage into an open pit fire 16 hours a day. Get to work, dirtbag! Shovel that shit! Nights, I was so tired I couldn't sleep. I just stare up at the ceiling boards and wonder, what the fuck was I doing there? And was this really my life? In the bunk next to mine was a tramp like me, but older, about 50. He was a vicious, unrepentant bastard. He'd steal anyone's food. He'd brag to me about rapes he'd done. Some nights, I'd stare into his sleeping face. Cheeks with veins breaking through from the alcohol. 2 days worth of beer with some gray in it. Dirty wool cap on his head. Even in sleep, he looked angry, stupid, and crazy. I believed that, young as I was, that we should all love one another. But that particular human being put my ideas to the test. The day before my release, he fell into that open pit fire. No one moved to hose him down. He tried to scramble up, but his clothes caught, and he fell on his back like a burning beetle and screamed. Finally, I hauled him out. Death didn't seem to have changed him any. He still looked angry, stupid, and crazy. I was glad he died. I do believe that working in that place gave me an excellent notion of what it's like for the damned in hell. If we got one. Most days, this world is so beautiful. It breaks my heart just to be alive in it. But we still live with madness, and cruelty, and death.
A contradiction is called purgatory. Neither heaven nor hell, standing on one foot on the narrow rock between. An act of balance is how we live. T and S, dangerous and suspicious.
Hands sparkling.
Indeed. Better not go back down south. You may pick you up again in the state of Alabama.
Cut! And print that!
What if they're lost?
Who?
Then, if they're across the river, what if they're lost or hurt?
My sweet Zoe. They're probably criminals. Twisted mutant star spawn.
Their sentence is a punishment, a trip to the worst place in the galaxy, life on Earth.
Maybe they got there 2 weeks and are on some kind of alien package tour.
In that whirlwind, 4 living creatures, each with 4 faces: ox, lion, eagle, man. And around that wheel of fire was yet another wheel, a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
That was seen in the sky by a long dead priest. Ezekiel, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Shabar.
It hasn't changed.
I was once at a carnival and I learned by a called Ezekiel.
I invented it. A wheel in a wheel. The little wheel run by faith, and the big wheel run by the grace of God.
A tiny trio from the far.
As soon as I got off it, I blew up. I kept walking down the midway and I saw the most beautiful creature known to man.
Lionella! See Lionella! See Lionella, the jungle girl! She's alive, living, and breathing. You'll talk to her and she'll talk to you. Hear her talk to you in her own peculiar manner. We place Lionella on public exhibition without shame and asking no pity. This is the first and only time this show is being permitted in this state. No, she is not preserved in a bottle of alcohol. Alive! 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 Until she was 14, she kept her secret. And then in the high school locker room, she was spied on as she changed her clothes. The entire cheerleading squad screamed in horror. The teacher couldn't put her back in the locker room with the girls, and she couldn't put her in the locker room with the boys. You'll find out why once you step inside and see Lionella, Lionella the jungle girl.
Olga the Headless Woman, the ninth wonder of the world. She lives and breathes, surgically connected to the apparatus before you. I am Dr. Landu, 5 years ago, I was on my way to a medical convention when my train derailed. Corpses all over the tracks. I crawled out the window of an overturned Pullman, medical bag in hand. The first victim I saw was Olga. She was lying on the ground, her skirt up around her waist. Her head was 10 feet away from her body, severed clean as she was flung from a window. It was just this opportunity I had been praying for. I spent the last of my money on an ambulance to rush her to a private hospital. Even when confronted with this miracle in the flesh, many people are skeptical. They believe that Olga's body is a cleverly constructed dummy. Decide for yourselves. I will now turn on the nerve exciter. That's her aerobics class. A couple times a day keeps the muscles from going soft. This button injects liquid food into the body, and this switch is for evacuation. For a little treat. If Olga's been a good girl, you drip a quarter grain of morphine into the bloodline. Olga, the headless woman. I wrote a 103-page paper about what I've done with her to the goddamn Institute of Reconstructive Surgery and the goddamn American Medical Association. They should stick their pills up their ass like a few thousand cc's of strychnine in a rectal suppository. You ask me, how long can science keep her alive? Science is me. Quite a while, I imagine, if one of this equipment wears itself out. Olga's medical expenses have been enormous. I plunged into debt like a diver into a deep well. I have never come up. We are forced to tour. In other words, this freak I made is both the cause of my poverty and the only thing between me and the men's shelter. I have never had this level of skill again. I'm not even sure why I succeeded in the first place. Maybe I was guided by love. Fucking stupid miracle. Even now, I'm the only one who knows how this bunch of plumbing operates. Does Olga know she's alive? Depends on what we mean by know. Without a head, those perceptions she has are totally unfiltered doses of the outside world, coming in direct to the skin and spine in some delicate and monstrous way. Olga may not know the color of your hat, but she has feelings about you and about me. Not feelings exactly, a complete and detailed sense. Olga, the headless woman. She's the ideal wife, but she can't run her mouth at you. She can, right. However, the idea of localization of mental function in the brain is bullshit. Knowledge is stored everywhere in our bodies, in the spinal column and in our bones. Olga can write, but I don't like reading what she has to say. I don't let her have the magic marker and paper anymore. You know, you can do a hell of a lot for a person in this life, and if they don't love you, that's not going to make them love you.
Doctor! Olga's dying!
Thank you! Thank you! Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, you must admit that Olga has her charms. Even I am not immune. Can everybody see this little key? Oh, look at it shine! This little key opens a door to a very special kind of love. The fact is, This is the key to Olga's private trailer, parked immediately behind this theater. She's in there, all by herself. I'm gonna take bids for this key, here and now. I make this offer without shame. What you bring back from the dead? That's yours. To keep, sell, or rent. This is an interesting proposition for the sporting young men. Or women in the audience. And one we want to meet up with every day. Do I hear $100? What do you say? You look like a sporting man. Do I hear 50? Here's the key. Now what do you say?
No one ever goes for that shit. It's too fucking ugly even for American. There's no key. There's no trailer. She lives with us and you want to tell her a lie. You want to hear the truth? Her name's Claire. She's slow. That's all. We needed a girl for the act. Landu went to a home and said he was her uncle to make it legal. I gave the head man there $500 and the questions stopped. I even said I was her Aunt Martha. We were just a childless middle-aged couple looking for some love in their life. The truth is, we found some. Sometimes I think Claire's a lot smarter than the both of us. It's true what he said about not giving her the magic marker in the paper anymore. But that's just during the show. At home, she draws pictures all the time. We used to let her pass them out from underneath the hood. Notes, a souvenir from Olga. Every time she would write the same thing. See? Olga wants to die. I saved the last one. Come on, honey. Let's go. Bye-bye.
Eva, you really think finding a little bit of happiness is so desperate and so sad?
The story, it wasn't supposed to be like that. Okay, it wasn't supposed to be so nasty and nothing but cheap sentiments.
The cheap sentiments is what I liked. You may just have one of those stories that tell itself however the hell it wants to.
I was disappointed no one bought the key. I thought we were gonna get like this headless sex scene. Just kidding. I'd like to know what passion would be like without my own head to get work. Just say nothing. Then do it. Practice. Get loaded. Whack off. Set your car on fire. Go fishing in a dead woods.
Zoe,
Somebody call me?
your turn.
The story of Elmo March.
You ain't heard nothing yet.
Welcome back, all you night owls. It's time for your favorite bedtime story. Listen up. Scene 1. The vision of a lonely boy.
Young Elmo March has wandered down to Ferris Pond.
He's a cute kid. A little sad, but really cute.
He sure is, Candy. He's playing with a stuffed monkey he just caught for his 5th birthday.
Look in the mirror, monkey. What do you see? Monkey face, monkey face.
Suddenly, he hears something very strange.
Elmo! Elmo March.
Little Elmo's never seen anything so beautiful. He's frightened and excited.
Don't talk to strangers, Elmo.
Oh, he tries to give her his monkey.
I don't want your monkey, Elmo. Where I come from, we have toys even more marvelous. Although your monkey is pretty cool.
Where do you come from?
That's a secret for now, little Elmo. One day I'll show you. Goodbye, Elmo. Be good.
And in a swirl of shining dust motes, the silver girl disappeared.
Many years pass. Scene 2. Strange doings at the mall.
Elmo March is married now. He has 2 children, Lisa and Elmo Jr. He even owns a clock shop in the mall.
Welcome to TikTok City. The big hand is on selection and the little hand is on dependability.
He loves his family, and his family loves him, but sometimes he can't understand why they should.
And sometimes, when he sits alone in the shop, late in the evening, surrounded by hundreds of ticking timepieces, his life seems empty and stupid and slow.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We're closed.
I know that, Elmo March. That's why I came so late. So we wouldn't be disturbed.
Yeah, I gotta get home.
You know me very well, Elmo. I'm the girl from the Ferris Pond.
I've thought of you every day since we first met, but you haven't aged at all.
We don't age where I'm from, Elmo. We change in other interesting ways. I'll show you.
The fluorescents caught the highlights of her long silver hair. The curves of her body were revealed by the peekaboo nature of her strange, shiny clothing. Elmo felt dizzy.
Could I see one of those Swiss babies? The one with the diamond chip inlay. We don't have time where I'm from, Elmo, but I think I'd like a souvenir.
Of course.
We've been watching you for a very long time, and you have been chosen to spread our wisdom and save your world from otherwise certain destruction.
Elmo swore to spread the word of the space people on Earth.
He would be mockery and persecution.
I am ready for all the shame and sorrow this world may dump on me.
The silver girl kissed him gently on the cheek.
Scene 3. The Night Owl Show
With Big Daddy Night Owl.
and Candy Cane.
Woo! The wisdom of the space people reminds me a bit of the golden pool, Elmo. Does that sound right to you?
Well, actually, they do speak of something similar on a deeper level. Their civilization, you see,
We
is-
have a little surprise for you, Elmo. The gentleman seated across from you is Dr. Arnold Feldman, a psychiatrist from the Fruitland Sanatorium. He's here to help us understand your encounters with space people?
Well, it is all in my book, Words to the Wise from Beyond the Blue. $3.
This space girl, Elmo, how do you feel about her?
You're the crazy ones, you know? There's so much pain and trouble in this world. You don't need this doctor here. You need to bring the president here to meet me, and the Pope. The big hand is on the human brain, and the little hand is on the stars.
C4, all tangled in the mind.
For years now, Elmo has been in continuous touch with his friend from space. He has an old TV, which she taught him to retune as an interplanetary communicator.
Unfortunately, nobody believed him. Even his own family made fun of him. His wife felt sorry for him, but she left him anyway.
The saucer landed, and the space girl came, and she grew his mind, and fever flamed over the ozone and into space. Life and death in a terrible race. The gods are lonely, and men are blind. Give me a penny for the song of mine. Over the ozone and into space. Life and death in a wonderful race. Worse off is that for months now, the interplanetary communicator stopped working, the silver girl stopped appearing, and no one bought Elmo's book.
Elmo March gradually became convinced he had been deluded and was temporarily insane. And he hadn't really seen anything at all.
Scene 5, radio recantation.
Yes, I believe that's true, Candy. Some kind of persistent hallucination. In a way, I dreamed it all.
Now that you've understood all this and confessed it to all you night owls out there, don't you feel a sense of relief?
Honestly, no. I'm frightened. What if I'm wrong? They trusted me, and I've denied them. I've denied her.
Easy, Elmo, honey. Forget that space girl. You need some downtime.
There is no shame in seeking professional help.
Can you hear me out there? Does anybody hear me?
Scene 6, at the quality year.
You sure you're a prostitute?
Quite positive.
And you'll do what I want if I pay you.
I sure hope I will, or else we're both wasting our time and talent.
No, don't do that.
Okay, it's your time. Let me know when you've got this figured out.
That book.
Words to the Wise Beyond the Blue? Are you into UFOs?
I wrote that book.
Sure you did, and I'm the Queen of Neptune.
Wear this. It's only a dress. I made it myself.
That's reassuring.
Take it. Please. Just hold it.
Don't cry, Elmo. I love you. You did very, very well. You did just fine.
huge glowing being of the upper atmosphere. Maybe they have a language of light, and it's when they're talking to each other that we see them in the sky.
Or there's something that exists beyond the five-pronged human sensorium. We see the part that registers in our screen. The tip of the tip of the tip.
Flying saucers out there! A whole squadron hovering over the terminal! You know, those flying things are actually God's angels. Seraphim and chubby little cherubim.
Leave him alone, Zoe.
It's all right. I know she's only playing. I liked your story about her so much, very much. You're all very kind. Did I tell you? My name is Samuel Sundown. My ears hear the up yonder spirits, and my eyes see by the gracious light of the moon. I reached the town of Spokane on the bus. I was stopping at the Ramona Hotel when I heard and turned north. I am searching for my life. I walked under the pale stars and guided myself through the night. I arrived here to join this pleasant company. I'm not going to hurt anyone. My spirit is just flying around this country like a bird.
Mr. Sundown, go to bed. Tomorrow, we will take you across the river to the deep north woods, where the sharp cry of the crow slices the resinous murk. We will seek, and we will find, and we will put the breath of life into your lungs. And Zoe will walk alongside you and hold your hand.
I will.
Thank you. It has broken my life to get here. I don't regret it. These marks and scars I carry with me, in my heart and on my body. They will be my witness. I will not be denied my reward. I'm tired. Good night, all of you.
Zoe, go tuck him in.
I'll cut his throat and take a
No, you
bullet.
won't. Go put him to bed.
I'll do it.
matter if there's a fucking flying saucer out there or not.
Oh, bullshit. It matters. And get your body over here.
Can't you let them go?
Go to sleep. All of you.
I would if you got me some roses for a pillow. These floorboards are hard.
Now, it's my turn. Listen, poor Tom, to the adventures of Bunny and Dick. First, we have to find them. I wonder where they could be. Ah, there they are. Already started. They're on a train. Bunny! Dick! There's the conductor. Hi there, folks! Trouble is, Dick lost his job at the gasworks. He had a little drinking problem, and there were a few valves that got turned the wrong way. Boom! Hell of a blast over there. Well, Honey had something saved up, so they thought they'd do what they always dreamed of. They bought some land way out west.
We're starting a town!
We can make a town that'll be friendly and peaceful and will welcome all the world's races and religions, the rich and the poor.
We've got plans for a red brick town hall, a plaza with a bandstand, and lots of room for kids and animals.
It's gonna be beautiful. Buddy already got a few
I've
lots
already invited people from Switzerland and Ethiopia and Bangladesh and Mexico and, of course, our very own USA. I took ads in the newspaper. We have seeds of every kind of plant and tree we can find. We might have a lot of mouths to feed, and we got a whole town to cover with trees and flowers. Dick has all the seeds in his pockets. You didn't get them, did you, Dick?
I got 'em, buddy. Town's gonna be called Eden for everyone.
Really interesting, all these plans and things.
Why, you're a lovely young lady.
Lovely, lovely young lady. Why don't you come to Eden for everyone?
I'll give it a pass. The name's Dorleen. I live out by Lake Isabella. It's low out there. You know, I saw a wristwatch the other day that records your voice. You press a little button and it speaks back to you, tiny, like a little secret in your ear. You want to know what I heard myself say? Screw a Roman candle up your ass! Other things too. Filth. Fuck me. Fuck George Washington. I bet you two like that. You like it all right, all that filth that you don't read out. I bet if you had a talking timepiece, you'd pay to get one, wouldn't ya?
If you don't shut your filthy mouth, young lady, you're gonna hit the cinders.
By the way, did you just mention Lake Isabella?
Hi there again. Let's say you and the audience are on board this train, or rather, this mockery of a train, which, though it might have some entertaining features, can't actually get you anywhere. Physically, that is. In any case, you're on board. As you travel, the closer objects are to your moving train, the faster they seem to whip by.
Tick tock, 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 tick tock.
Landscape elements at a medium distance away appear to be moving at a moderate rate of speed.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
The slower objects are correlates with the distance. The further they are, the slower they appear to travel.
Tick tock. Tick.
Actually, all these objects are moving at the same speed. Actually, you are moving, and they are perfectly still. Actually, the earth turns, the cacti grow, the rock dissolves, the flesh withers, the solar system careens through the Milky Way. Fiendish complexity of mechanobiological motion. Actually, your mind is moving, and everything else just lies there. Any questions? Pretty foggy out there.
Yeah, Lake Isabella. I live out there.
We're neighbors.
Our land is right on the south shore of the lake.
The entire south shore of Lake Isabella is a swamp. Fucking idiots, you've been had.
Realistic bastards! They screw their own mother. I'm sorry, Bunny. I'm gonna go back there and napalm the bastard's office.
Meanwhile, in the next compartment, in the darkness of the moving train, someone is ill, in great pain. He's trying to reach the button marked call for the conductor to get help. A doctor! He's too weak to ever reach it. Then he reaches it at last!
The conductor is in this little room, and above his head the light is on, but the bell doesn't ring. A wasp has died inside the little tin cup and locked the little tin handle. The conductor doesn't see the light is on. He's occupied as the train rumbles on through the night. He's reading a book.
Words to the wise from beyond the blue.
At that moment, with heavy fog on the rails, our train hits an old trestle bridge over the Upper River. The bridge gives way, and the huge locomotive dives gracefully down to the dark stream bottom, followed by 3 passenger cars. Bunny and me, and the characters mentioned previously. And it also contains a baggage compartment, which happens to be loaded with cartons of highly buoyant polyethylene pellets. This car floats! And so, while part of the train sits on the dark stream bottom making acquaintance of the fishes, and part of it hangs half suspended off what's left of the bridge, this one car floats off downstream, light as a lark. And Bunny and me, the woman from Lake Isabella, the conductor, and the sick man with his finger on the call button all stare out the window looking at the waves.
We're highballing downstream, rushing headlong to the sea. Right on time.
See,
That's
Alright.
50 miles out at sea, and the baggage compartment springs a leak.
Cracker!
The polyethylene pellets stream out behind us like a pebbly white wave. The railroad car sings.
Fuck me again!
Boney and Dick sink down into the sea, holding tight to each other in the cold of the deep. They almost drowned, but at last, lungs bursted for air. They bob the surface like tops. A little empty boat comes by.
Oh, we're saved, Dick! I'm so glad!
Me too, Bunny. I didn't want you to die. I didn't want to die either, but I didn't want to be alive without you.
Oh, I know, Dick. A woman can tell these things. Now, where in the world do you think we are?
Before Bunny and Dick knew it, they had landed on the sandy shore.
I don't know where we are, Bunny, but it's awful quiet.
Nothing but dirt and sky. We're on a barren desert island.
Oh, Bunny, it looks like Eden for everyone may never exist.
It's worse than that, Dick. We'll die here.
Bunny, I feel something funny. Like things moving next to my skin. Oh!
Dick, the seeds! It's the seeds in your pockets! They were wet for days! They're swelled! Rice, wheat, barley, tomatoes, zucchini, soybeans,
Alfalfa?
corn,
Grapes?
lettuce,
Hot chili peppers?
and the trees. Maple,
Oh.
chestnut,
Pine,
black walnut,
apple,
Douglas.
We gotta get these plants in the ground, Bunny. It looks like we stay right here.
That's fine with me, Dick. Besides, I didn't want to tell you before we were settled. I'm pregnant!
Bunny!
Dick!
A 1,000 years towns are dust. Civilizations have come and gone on the sandy shore, but now a great and peaceful city stands there with people of all races, temples of all religions, gardens, trees, flowers, and fruits. They remember. Why don't you ask the librarian?
Excuse me? Sorry. Do you have a history of this place?
Of course!
Our world, Eden for everyone, was founded, of course, by that extraordinary couple, Bunny and Dick.
Why were Bunny and Dick saved when everyone else on the railroad car drowned?
Their perfect virtue rewarded, dumb love, dumb luck, the hand of fate.
You told the story.
Doesn't mean I know why things happen. I just spoke and they were saved.
Is it salvation you two are babbling about?
So unafraid, salvation is under the covers.
You know, I used to bum around a lot, riding the freights. I didn't have a home, just a floating spark of life on the rails. Despite having been here for 5 years, sometimes I still wake up in the middle of the night, go to the door of the terminal, ease it open, and look out at the old dirt road and wonder, what are we stopping here for?
Dumb love. That's what it is. Good night.
If you're awake enough to hear me, you're awake enough to buy Love Potion number 10 powers up the dreams. The price is high, $100 a bottle.
Kid, you've actually got some brains. How about you use them and get yourself a life?
How many bottles for you, sir? Does her mother know she's up this late?
Go to sleep, kid. Go bother someone else with your nonsense.
Some love drug? Oh, you already got some. Well, sailor, let's drink it down. It's only water with a few drops of perfume.
Attention, all passengers. The ferry is now boarding slip 1. All aboard! Passengers, get lively.
Mr. Sundown! Mr. Sundown, the boat's in! We're all...
Please die. Last night was sleep.
Cover his face. We'll take care of him on this side.
Acquaintance. Full sails to our fellow traveler. We won't as well without you. Zoe?
I'm staying.
Attention passengers. The sun is rising and the river is calm, deep, and slow. We've got a pleasant voyage ahead. All aboard! Step lively, please. Last call.
So long, Zoe darling. If he doesn't treat you right, hit the road. When you see her, give my love to your mother. If we don't find what we're looking for, there are other places to explore and other ways to get there than a ferry. We can explore them together, one after the other, on and on, forever, to the end of the world.
Goodbye!
Bye. Remember me?
Perhaps you wonder, as these tales were told, if poor Tom would have the wit to tell them. The tale, Pilgrims, the night, was mine, all in all. And now it's over. The turn's yours. Tell your tales to one another. And let those nights before you sail goodbye for more delight. Thank you, and to all, good night.
Good night! Sleep tight! Pleasant dreams!